What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Willie Does Wrestling back at it again with a brand new stream and a brand new video. With me, as always, it is the number one MJF stan, Dylan from the Last Week in Wrestling podcast, as well as Will Ferris off screen right now, but he will be back. Dylan, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Good draft, decent than what we saw on Friday. I know there's a lot of things to be talking about tonight, so I definitely want to get right into it.
All right, yeah, this is the Unscripted podcast. It's been a bit of a week in wrestling. Of course, we have the WWE draft. Backlash is this Saturday, and
Crazy.
yeah, crazy stuff. So, uh, Dylan, why don't you give your thoughts on the draft right now?
Overall, I think Raw had the better picks last night on our watch along. I think that Friday Night SmackDown kind of started off pretty strong, and SmackDown itself was definitely a heavier card that got a lot of great superstars. Austin Theory, we had Bianca Belair. I'm trying to remember some other top name ones besides that. Of course, Roman Reigns to start off the night and everything. So, and then we go into Monday Night Raw, which we got Rhea Ripley. We got the Alpha Academy. So Street Profits are on SmackDown now as well, which is a very good pickup. But of course, I think the bigger names that we kind of got after the show, which we all thought, I guess, was supposed to be this morning and not at
That was
11:05
what
at
I thought.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got Grayson Waller going to SmackDown, which was huge
fucking
news.
great
Um,
pick.
and it's funny, Johnny Gargano got picked to Raw, but it was something that was done off TV. I think that should have been on TV. Gargano definitely deserves that type of spotlight on him. He's a talented wrestler, but I understand, or maybe he's a free agent and I'm wrong.
No,
But
he's going to Raw. He was drafted off screen.
Oh, okay. We do have some free agents, which are pretty cool. Odessi or Odyssey Jones, I think his name is, from NXT. That got a call up as
Fucking
well.
yeah.
We have Piper Niven. We had Veer Mahal's guys with Jinder Mahal and all of them as well. Very cool, very cool. But now I definitely think that Raw definitely ended the draft on a higher note than how SmackDown did on previous Friday night. So I think that Raw definitely came out on the bigger team. But honestly, SmackDown looks stacked. That women's
Oh
division,
yeah,
that
no,
men's
especially that
division
SmackDown.
looks stacked. Adding Grayson Waller, I think, was the cherry on top to really signify that this year going forward, and of course until the next draft, we're going to have a amazing Friday night SmackDown. So I'm very excited to see that and what comes of that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I have like a few problems with yeah, the free agents is meh for me because the free agents I don't see the point in them
Yeah,
because it's like their definition of free agents is you can go wherever you want and that's it. And it's just like why?
yeah, which kind of
Why do
defeats
you
the
have to go
purpose of the
wherever you
draft.
want?
Yeah, and it kind of defeats the purpose of the draft. The draft is
Yeah,
supposed
because you
to
could
have
have
a
Omos being on. Yeah,
yeah. Go ahead.
you could have Omos be going to Raw one week and then going to SmackDown on the other.
Yep. Yeah, which then makes the Homo sapiens very excited with the possibility of him and Roman at Night of Champions or a big pay per view going forward. But yeah, no, I think it's pointless as well. I think that this is something that is kind of foolish for the WWE to do. Them being more or less like, oh, why don't we have a bunch of free agents that can go wherever they like? Okay, cool. But then what's the point of the draft and them being signified, drafted to a team, to a brand, and not being allowed to leave? If they're allowed to leave, these free agents, why are now we not allowed to leave if, let's say, we're not getting the reception that we want, per se on SmackDown, and we want to go to Raw where we were thriving, or now we're on Raw, where we were thriving on SmackDown, and vice versa. So, I do think that that's a little foolish for the WWE to
Mhm.
do. In all honesty, I think that we really shouldn't have free agents. These are also kind of like jobbers in a way, would suck because it's a word we don't like to tend necessarily use, and especially with big names that have been popular at one point now being considered a jobber or free agent is kind of foolish on the WWE.
Yeah, no, definitely. But the NXT call-ups, like, as well, especially on Raw Talk, have been kind of questionable. The aforementioned Odyssey Jones is not the best call-up, not gonna lie. I mean, like, Wolf said this before we went live. What has Odyssey Jones really done to deserve a call-up? What has what's his fucking name? Zion Quinn done to earn a call-up? And it's like, congratulations to Grayson Waller and fucking Katana Chance, Kaden Carter, Cameron Grimes, and fucking Alba Fire, whatever. But it's like, I don't know. I just don't see the point in some of these names that got called up from NXT,
Right,
and what makes them deserve to get called up.
right. Yeah, I'm not an NXT guy. Unfortunately, I don't really have the answer for you for that one. Wolf is probably the better person to answer that type of question.
Yeah.
But in my honest opinion, kind of like what Dave's saying now, they haven't really done anything, I guess, and maybe they were just not being utilized as much in NXT, and maybe they're trying to almost in a way flush them out, kind of like how corporations sometimes flush out their staff after a while. If people aren't working, one more or less. So that could be something. But now that Wolf's back, I kind of would rather him answer that question. Why do you what do you think that Odyssey Jones or Quinn got or did well enough in NXT to now be pushed up to now the main roster card? Or do you think that was just a really bad? Okay, zero. Okay,
Nothing.
okay.
Literally nothing. Zion Quinn literally never showed up on TV. He was like once or twice in the past year as like debut opponent,
Mm.
aka guarantee squash.
Hmm.
Um, Odyssey Jones, basically the same thing. Um, he has no character. Like Zion Quinn, I don't know. Maybe they're planning something with like the whole free agent status, and like he can show up any brand and just, I don't know, maybe it's just for, again, for like debut opponents, or like just for just they need a quick match, whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, they
Like,
just need a jobber, and then boom, there's Zion Quinn right there, ready to take the pin.
um yeah, so like I don't know. um I don't know. The thing is, sometimes they're on NXT level up, which is like never televised. Um, what's it called? The thing is, and then there's of course the other jobber who is also happens to be a transphobe. How nice. Um,
It
I
fits well in the WWE community with whatchamacallit, racist Vinny. So I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
Vinny wouldn't give a
it,
shit where
it,
people
it
go.
spreads widely. So
like literally like straight up. Vince was probably like, uh, "Oh yeah, the dude that looks like Mark Henry, draft him up." I'm like,
Yeah, we got to discount Mark Henry. Get his ass up.
um, yeah, but like I'm sorry, Odyssey Jones is going to be like worse than the main roster run for Keith Lee. He's
Oh my
going
god,
to,
yes.
and I mean literally worse. He's going to get maybe one pay-per-view match against someone like Bronson Reed or Omos, uh,
there you go.
and then he'll be lucky to have a main event match. or live event match even, I dare to say. He's gonna sit in catering most of the time. Like, he's literally Bormos 2.0. Like, he's Bormos, but instead of tall, he's fat. I'm not trying to, like, fat shame him or anything, but, like, the dude has no character.
Right.
What the hell?
Yeah. But let's talk about Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller, I think, was a great call up in my
Yeah.
eyes. Like, but my biggest pet peeve was that they waited until Raw Talk to pick Grayson Waller, and we had people like Katana Chance and Caden Carter get called up on the main show. Why?
Mhm.
Women power? Like, I don't get it.
I'm
Hmm.
like, not, in all honesty, I'm like okay with Katana and Kaden getting called up. In my opinion, I would have called them up instead of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. I would have let Alba and Isla stay on NXT, have a championship run, and then they can go together.
It would have
Yeah.
made more sense.
What's it called? Apparently, what's her name? Piper Niven did send out a tweet like saying, like, suggesting like maybe she can also team up with Alba and Isla and like make a stable there.
No.
I don't even know what. Where did Piper get drafted to again?
Raw.
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 Oh, that means she can't because
She can't because they're
they're
on
on
different brands.
SmackDown. Yeah.
But she's on. Oh right, she was drafted. She's not a free
No, she was
agent.
actually drafted to
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Monday Night
drafted
Raw.
to Raw. Yeah, I mean maybe later down the line, but who knows? I mean personally, I wouldn't care. I would not like be upset. I think Piper could definitely maybe work with Alba and Isla eventually, but I don't know. So I'm very happy for Waller when he was like talking like about his like when he like the interviewer, I don't remember who it was, but she
He
asked
drank out of
him
his
like
shoe. Yeah.
how he was feeling. Like it was clear he was like holding back the tears and like keeping character. I'm like,
Yeah, no, he man looked like
wow.
he was crying. He
You
was
know
so
what's
Yeah.
funny?
happy.
He pulled the Drake. I don't know if anyone's gonna get that reference, but he pulled the Drake move when Drake won. I don't know which Grammy it was. Maybe it was his like eighth or ninth or something like that. Maybe it was even his first. But then when he won his Grammy, he poured champagne in the Grammy and took a shot out of it. Like drank out of it. And Waller did the same thing with his shoe last night, where he poured champagne in the shoe and then he started drinking out of the shoe, full of champagne, and said, "That's the Waller effect." And I thought that was kind of funny because I don't know if he realized what he was doing for a hip hop head like myself. I noticed it very quickly when watching that video, but yeah, I don't
I
know.
mean, Waller has been doing the shoe thing for a bit.
Okay, yeah. See, unfortunately, I don't follow.
Yeah, no, he
well,
calls it a
like
shoey.
it's like part of his gimmick. I found it funny that he got out of blue one.
That was what I was gonna say. That he had a blue one. It's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
almost like he
He's like,
knew.
because he's on SmackDown. I get it.
It's almost like he
Um,
knew where he was going, kinda.
Oh,
But
I think he did.
thing
what
is,
about overall draft? Like, what do you guys think overall about the draft? Like, hits, misses. Like,
I
what?
do want to like keep like just briefly mention Waller. Like the good part of Waller being on SmackDown, he gets to share the same brand with AJ Styles, LA Knight, Austin Theory. Could do something with Edge, Bobby. Like, wow, wow. Like, I'm actually excited to see it. Like running back AJ and Waller, LA Knight and Waller. Maybe
That'd be
maybe he could
sick.
get a tag team with Austin Theory after Theory's U.S. title run.
Oh my god,
I would
no.
say to an extent, yeah, I would be excited. I'm excited to see what Waller does for SmackDown. SmackDown being so stacked this time around, I think that's a big thing for the brand that's been dying throughout the years in some ways more than none. Um, I would say the biggest misses for sure would be like Rhea and Bianca going to the opposite brands that their titles are not a part of. Like,
Yeah.
Bianca being the Raw champion going to SmackDown, Rhea being the SmackDown going to Raw. And clearly I think they wanted to keep the Judgment Day together in a sense, since all of Judgment Day are on Raw and all of LWO are on SmackDown, as well as the Usos, which is the whole bloodline pretty much. I think that was a big miss. I think that Alba Fire was a big miss. They're brand new champions, for Christ's sake. They just won it. They didn't even have a real chance to defend their titles just yet in NXT per se. So I feel like they should have had a bit of a run in NXT prior to going to the main roster. I'm not saying that they're not ready. Clearly, they're ready. They're champions. But I just think that they should have waited a little bit longer, maybe been a surprise pick at like Survivor Series or SummerSlam next year, Mania spot or something like that. I think maybe it was just a little too quick for them.
I
Same.
do have two thoughts about like what you're saying. I do agree with like the whole Bianca and Rhea thing. I think if they wanted to keep the Judgment Day together, they could have put the Judgment Day on SmackDown.
Right.
And if they wanted to like separate LWO and Judgment Day, LWO could have gone to Raw. But I don't know. We'll see what
Yeah. I keep hearing like people being like, well, they're gonna change the names of the titles and that, and we're not gonna get a title swap.
I think
So-
that is like a safe thing to do. I think that works.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care what they do, but it's like if they're not changing the name of the titles, then it's obvious we're getting a title swap if they're gonna keep the Raw and SmackDown going. And
Oh,
if
go ahead.
they do, then Bianca's year-long reign of terror with the Raw Women's title ends because of a draft.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that I think they should lose it. I think they both should be dethroned.
yeah.
As crazy of an idea as it is, Bianca, to your point, Willie, she's been Miss WrestleMania for 3 years. And in that 3 years, she has been Raw's women's champion.
Yes.
Now, the SmackDown belt has been held the longest because of Charlotte, and then went to Liv, and then went back to Charlotte, and then now to Rhea. And Rhea just did everything to, make a big name for herself.
Dylan completely erasing Ronda from existence.
Yeah, like first she faced Charlotte at WrestleMania. She came in number uno in the Royal Rumble and won. She lasted 29 other women. So her achievements, unfortunately, have not been. They're not something to laugh at. But her win now, with them being swapped on different brands, kind of seems a little bit laughable, because Rhea, in my opinion, could have been a top woman in the SmackDown women's locker room going forward.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's something that I always, touched upon when going into WrestleMania 39, about how, this win for her is it's very significant to many aspects. And Bianca, I think at this time has been such a stale champion that her reign, if it ends with EO, is not really something to laugh at. I think it's time for change. And I think Bianca knows that is coming eventually, whether it's, Charlotte or, whoever, Becky or whoever else is going to be on Raw. Eventually Trish Stratus is, absolutely possibly now a question.
Trish Stratus on freaking Raw, even though Brock Lesnar's a free agent, which
exactly.
is another miss.
So, like all those things make a difference now. And I think that if Rhea, after Selena, faces someone like Trish and loses to Trish, that's worse. I think that makes a bigger and worse statement for Rhea's history to get to that championship. Be a little tarnished, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Losing to, of course, a legend in a title match, and then the champion now being a legend, having that title that you just won, that you just did everything in your power to obtain from Rumble to Elimination Chamber to then WrestleMania and everything like that. Now losing to someone like Trish Stratus or something like that is just absolutely absurd. And I hope doesn't happen, but of course it is on the table. Bianca, having this opportunity to face Io, I think is a good thing. With them losing, like Bianca losing to Io wouldn't be a bad thing. I think that this would be an easier way for these women to drop the titles and now make new ones or have that title swap at that point. Now give
Yeah.
Rhea the Raw, and of course give Io the SmackDown one, and so on and so forth. Because right now if we just do a title swap, it's like cool, but like Rhea's held that SmackDown belt for a purpose. Now it doesn't mean anything. Bianca held that Raw belt with a purpose, and now it doesn't mean anything. Changing these belts to something else, like a women's heavyweight championship and then a women's championship belt, I hear going around as well in the comments. Unifying these belts as a whole is a bad idea. Those things I think kind of bring a little bit of a negative feel. I like the Raw, I like the SmackDown, I like that separation between the two. You now know who your leaders are in that locker room for the women for both brands, and it should go for how we're doing with the Universal and the new World Heavyweight belt as well, where
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
the heavyweight is the person that leads the locker room. Unfortunately, Roman shouldn't be holding it because he's fucking not even there half, if not all the time. He's pulling a Brock at this point, showing up whenever he wants to. So, eventually when he does get dethroned, it'll be someone that represents SmackDown to the highest degree, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with the women's division and the belts and what may come of that. But hopefully it's something that still gives the history of these belts significance still.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
I like how much the SmackDown roster, like the amount of W's that they have, especially when it comes to their men's division. I think there's a lot of great men and women that are on there. Raw has a lot to improve on. Raw's picks were not the best, and all the people that were on Raw, they made no sense. Like the aforementioned Odyssey Jones, Cody Rhodes going to Monday Night Raw was pointless, and I don't know. I mean, but I'll give it a chance, even though there's still a part of me that thinks, hey, Vinnie Mac had something to do with this, and I think everybody would
okay,
think that.
so the thing is, I realize, like, looking at, so I wanted to give my some more thoughts regarding what Dylan said about Alba and Isla. I definitely agree that they should have remained tag team champions for some time on NXT before getting called up.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I do think Alba definitely deserved a call up, like by now. Like she was a dominant NXT UK Women's Champion, like one
Yes.
of the greatest. But like she's put in work in NXT, and I'm definitely happy for her. Although, I don't know. I guess it seems like they're going all in on this tag team with Alba and Isla. Um, I also like part of me now is starting to think they might unify the NXT tag titles and the women's tag titles, and then the women's tag titles actually get defended on all three brands including NXT.
I was kind of thinking that too.
Yeah, so like they just go anywhere,
But does that
everywhere.
work?
I
Does
don't know
that
how that
work?
works.
I don't know because that was what happened when the women's tag team titles started. It was like,
Like
hey,
they were there,
all
like the
three
intention of
brands.
that was supposed to be all three brands. It's like a generic title anyone can.
It's like anyone can challenge for it because back in the day, I mean, we barely had any women on the fucking roster back then.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, hey, it's like a freelancer title.
Here
But
you
I
go.
mean,
There
yeah.
is a, and then with what Willie said, um,
Uh-oh.
there is a small like glaring like hole in what Willie said. The problem is SmackDown's roster, like they have some great picks, but the thing is, there's like no one to challenge Roman anymore. Like there's Bobby, AJ, and the Cross, maybe eventually LA Knight, Sheamus. That's it.
True.
That's it. Everyone else Roman has already beaten. Like Edge, Ray.
That's what happens when you reign for like 3 fucking years. That's why
Yeah.
this title reign needs to
Jay,
end.
like yeah, I don't know. Like I don't
Oh,
know
it's
who
so
can
stupid.
dethrone like
I'm gonna dethrone Roman. I'm gonna pull the Glock Anderson on him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him, "Give me my belt, bitch."
Give me my belt.
Or Paulie Walnuts over there is getting capped.
Speaking of Vinnie Mac, however, let's move on to the lovely, lovely court papers that got filed this past Monday. Vinnie Mac can't get himself out of fucking legal trouble. There was a bunch of racist pitches that a former writer, a former writer sued Vince over,
sorry about
saying
that.
that Vince and a bunch of these other motherfuckers were coming up with a bunch of racist pitches for like people like Bianca Belair, Apollo Crews, and like Muslim superstars as well.
Oh yes, we're talking about a
We're
good old
talking
thing.
about
Talking
that.
about Vinnie Mac, baby.
Vinny,
The
Vinny,
good
Vinny
old
Mac.
VMAC.
VKM.
I'm not happy. Yeah, like are we gonna like circle back to like some draft talk like later? I just want to know because I did have more stuff to talk about just before my sister bothered me.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
no, you could talk about the draft and then we'll move on to Vinnie Mac.
all right. Well, so regarding like the draft itself, obviously Raw was better than SmackDown. Like draft picking and all everything, probably because more time, more picks. Um, but the NXT call ups that we got, um, like we got Apollo. Okay, I mean, I don't get it just because like he like just recently went back to NXT like to like work on himself to like get the NXT title. He never got that. Suddenly like they kind of like I thought he would like work more on that feud with Davakato. Maybe that didn't happen. Um, and then like I mean we got McDonough like good. McDonough getting called up is a good thing. Um, and then Caden Carter, Katana Chance, I think works just because they're a solid tag team, and I think to like build that tag division, um, that works. That's really good, honestly, because honestly, Caden and Katana deserved that call up more than Alba and Isla, but I don't fully oppose Alba and Isla being called up. So like I don't know what they're going with that really. Indy, for God's sake, finally. Um,
Yeah, but
She
it's
was
just to put her in the way, and then like, do you really think Indy? I know this is probably gonna sound dumb, but it's like, do you really see Indy as like a next level women's wrestler? I don't.
I think they're also like planning just they're also probably going to build another tag team with her in Candace, I think,
Yeah,
because like her and Candace worked in NXT. I think building that back that works. Um and I don't know if they're like
Fucking chat.
maybe eventually down the line she could like be a contender, like a kind of lower end but still a contender, just a fresh face for the
yeah.
title. Who Katana Kaden I already talked about. Sorry, I'm going through everything.
Oh, good.
And uh Zoe, good. Like
Oh, Zoe's a great fucking one. I
Zoe's a
completely
good
forgot.
pick. I mean, people were talking about her. I mean, yeah, I feel like it works.
What about Veer Mahan coming back to Raw?
Okay, the thing is, in this share, I like if they like keep them together, stick together, and like be like actually cohesive, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I think under gender like Sangha Veer, they all work together. Get that Indian audience, Indian slash Saudi money, fine, fine, fine. Like, and hell, Indus Share and Imperium fighting each other might be fun to watch. In like, what's it called? Uh, Crown Jewel, Night of Champions, even Ginger versus
Yeah.
Gunther, maybe it will be a thing. Or if, well, there's rumors that they're like hoping to get like an India pay per view, that could be a thing. And then but like I don't think I wouldn't have picked in this share. I would have kept them on NXT, be dominant a bit, like kind of being like on a higher end, like a faction in NXT, and then call them up later. But I'm okay with it. Um, and then we have the transphobic jobber in Odyssey Jones. Literally undeserved, the most undeserved call up ever. Like, holy shit, I am so mad with this big. Um, and and then we got like SmackDown. SmackDown got like barely anybody. They got Waller, they got Alba and Isla, they got uh Cameron Grimes and Pretty Deadly. Okay, I'm
Don't you
surprised
have
Pretty
two
Deadly's not.
big eyes to notice Cody is facing Roman at WrestleMania 40? That
I
is
don't
the
get what.
comment I think of the night.
I
think
swear, like it's
in
always
this,
the same people fucking shitting on everybody for the stupidest reasons.
I don't even know if it's gonna happen at WrestleMania 40. I
Listen,
think.
I just want to say this real quick to everyone in the chat.
Mhm.
I'll say two things real quick, and then we'll finish because I know he has
Yep.
some more things to talk about with the draft.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck at this point if Cody and Roman face each other at WrestleMania 40. If we're gonna have that type of long-term booking all the way to WrestleMania 40, which is what 9 months from now, something like that, where we could have had a great setup going into SummerSlam and having the
11 actually.
titles
if
change.
anything, it's 11 months
Then
from now.
yeah, so if we could have had it where the titles change at SummerSlam, great, cool, long-term booking, absolutely. But now having them go from now to next year, I'd love to see how they're going to do it, but it's not going to impress me. Cody going on to Raw, Roman going on to SmackDown proves that story is over. If they want to just put people together to put people together at WrestleMania 40 because it's WrestleMania 40, that's just going to be a shitty WrestleMania. And keep me on that. I'll keep me on that. I promise I won't change it. And no matter how important of a fucking match it's going to be, because it's not at this stage of the game, it's going to suck booty cheeks. So, Wolf, go ahead, finish your thing about the draft.
So yeah, like the thing is, there are people who were not drafted to the main roster, and instead we got people like Zion Quinn as a free agent, uh, Von Wagner as a free agent, which is like, okay, Von Wagner maybe with like Stone, there's something there, but um, Odyssey Jones, we got Odyssey Jones instead of like Andre Chase, Braun Breaker, Cora
Yep.
Jade, the Creeds, fucking Mello, even because apparently they drafted almost all the champions.
Yeah, they don't want any champions in NXT anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it shows that.
What's it called?
Oh, you're a champion? You're leaving.
Yeah, go away.
Um, Dragunov. I can understand slightly Dragunov staying in NXT just because one, he's feuding with Dijak. Two, he was kind of injured when he got injured once he reached the
His peak.
his peak, which was dethroning Gunther for the NXT UK title. He quit. It didn't take long for him to get injured and be out for until just before Halloween Havoc. Um, and then what's it called? Again, I said the Creeds. Gacy's not even. Gacy. I mean, Gacy could be like a big name in NXT. He didn't have to be. What's their name? Roxanne. Like, I mean, Tony maybe. Bait. Why is Bait not on the main roster? Why?
Yeah, no, that's weird because they kept talking about, oh my God, Bate was doing so well
He is
in the
like
main
basically
event.
a founding father of NXT UK. Like he has been in developmental since he was 19. He is 26 now.
That's
Why is he
fucking
not on the main
crazy.
roster? I'm sorry, I'm saying this right now. WWE no longer deserves Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate should literally go to AEW and be with Trent Seven again.
Yeah, reform British strong style.
Yeah, the WWE does not care and does not see the the world class talent that they have in Tyler Bate. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
no,
My
no
God,
fucking clue. Like that was stupid.
that
Like
was
I
the
was waiting.
biggest like
I was waiting for Tyler Bate
I was
because
waiting for Tyler Bate, Ilya
that was
Dragunov.
all the reporters would talk about is, oh, Tyler Bates going to I think it was Raw because he had such a strong showing against Dolph Ziggler on an episode of Main Event, and then it's like,
Yeah,
nope.
Tyler Bate, it literally Dragunov. If you want to use it oh, he was injured for so and out for so long with the visa issues and the injury, we want to keep him
So
as
was
a top
Gunther.
name. Fine. If you want to use him being out for so long and keep him as a top name in NXT, fine. Tyler Bate has nothing left in NXT. Nothing.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to if they wanted to give middle card people who could be used in the main roster, but not likely to get a championship right away. Um, like there are people like Nathan Frazier is could easily have been on Raw instead of Odyssey Jones. Do you Nathan Frazier and Seth Rollins would work beautifully together? They Seth literally taught the guy. Like Meiko Satomura literally would be great choice. I'm mad. I'm Nikita Lyons. What there was so much talk, so much hype, and then that just suddenly died, and she's not even considered anymore. I get it. She kind of got attacked by the mystery backstage person, um, but like I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant here, but like still,
It's okay. I do it with MJF, so
I
I'm
am
all ears.
so mad. Like, why
Yeah.
Odyssey Jones? This is like one of the last people you put on the main roster. I would have preferred Dragon Lee or Dabakato with and work against
I prefer
Apollo or
Axiom.
Axiom.
Axiom deserved it way more.
Axiom deserved it way more. Dane
Wesley.
deserved it way more. Wesley, yeah. Uh, fucking Gulak. Gulak could have gone to
Going
Raw.
back to the main roster.
Dijak could have gone back to the main roster. Uh, what's it called? Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee could have gone to the main roster. Like, Ikemen like all these names. I'm like, why would you like Odyssey Jones of all people? Like, holy shit, that is a bad pick. Terrible pick.
Yeah,
That
no.
reeks of Vinnie Mac. That reeks of Vinnie Mac 100%. Like, and the thing is regarding Tyler Bate, I might get a little bit flamed for this.
Oh,
I'm
here it
happy
comes.
for both of them getting drafted to Raw and SmackDown respectively. Tyler Bate deserved the call up more than JD McDonough and Grayson Waller. That's just objective fact.
I no, I believe it. I think Tyler Bate should have been called up at least a year or two ago. Definitely. I mean, there's no
I'd say
reason why
even
he
more. I'd say like
shouldn't have been.
3-4 years ago.
Like after he lost like the NXT UK title, I think he could have earned
Like
it.
to Braun, yeah, maybe. Like, but
yeah.
and I guess like now the people who are like injured and stuff or like out, they're just automatically free agents. I have no idea what they're planning for. Like people like Alexa, Bray, Biggie, Randy, Carmella that just technically got pregnant.
Technically
But like,
pregnant.
yeah, but like I don't know. Maybe she goes to Raw just because Corey is there.
Yeah, no, I think she'll go to Raw because they always keep the married couples together.
Yeah.
I mean, Samantha Irvin, the ring announcer, is going to Raw because Ricochet is there.
Yeah. So like, you know, I mean, I guess Logan Paul can be showing up whenever because he's a celebrity. But
Logan Paul can literally go fucking anywhere.
depends on this feud. R-Truth, where is he gonna go? Robert
Free agent.
Roode. I don't know. Yeah, Ciampa. Yeah, because Johnny said they want to reunite DIY. So
they want to bring DIY back. I mean, that would be great to bring
I
back
mean,
DIY
even if they
instead of
want
the
to
way.
like form the way, they could have Ciampa like fill in Theory's role and
Have him be like the enforcer for the way.
be like Johnny, Ciampa, Dexter, Indy, Candace. That like works.
That really does work. But yeah, no. Let's talk. Let's talk the Vinny suit now because I think we've had enough draft talk for the past fucking weekend.
For sure.
But I mean, like all these pitches, I made my video on it. You guys really haven't really talked about it, but I mean, did we expect anything less from Vinnie Mac? I mean,
nope.
fucking
No.
Bianca Belair was going to pull the stereotypical
No.
bitch, don't make me take off my earrings. And they did make Apollo Crews speak in a Nigerian accent and all that. I want to get your guys' takes on one thing, though, and I think you guys know what I'm going to get at. Mansoor was supposed to get pitched that he was behind you know what that happened September 11th, 2001, when he was 6 at the time.
Oh, totally makes sense.
I
I
I
mean,
am disgusted. I am actually disgusted, and I say this as a Muslim myself. So this makes me want to strangle him more.
I think everyone in the world wants to strangle that man. Fuck.
Oh, I just noticed the chat gave me L. Why before Waller? Because I'm guessing they're talking about Bay.
They're talking about Tyler Bate, yeah.
Bay has been in developmental since 19. He's 26. That's all the reason you need.
It's too long.
I guess I'll start with the Vinny thing. Vinny Mac is just who he is. This is the type of person that he is. He seems to be a businessman that is all about the pop value in some sense, as well as what is more able to sell to the audience than what is not able to sell to the audience. Him thinking that type of formula that was used back in the late 90s, early 2000s, which at that time, it's a very different time now than that time that we're in now, where things like that maybe could get, you know, not looked at as hard as we're looking at it.
Yeah.
But we are living in different times now, and the fact of the matter that that's something that he still wanted to try out in this type of time, I think, as well, to Wolf's point, is very disgusting. It also just shows that he's not with it. He's not with the times that we're in currently. Triple H has been the sole catalyst to proving that he is the only one that knows what's going on and what people actually want, which is better storytelling and great wrestling. And if you could do that very well in both aspects, you have us every single Monday and Friday. And, when he's in charge, I think, we could definitely tell. We could tell from when he's doing pay-per-views, if it's Vinnie Mac or if it's Triple H. We could tell if it's story writing between Vinnie Mac and Triple H. So, him doing this with Bianca, Apollo, it doesn't surprise me. I don't think it surprises many other people that have known Mr. McMahon for that long or for as long as he's been doing this business. For those who are very new to Vinnie Mac, go back in the early 2000s, late 1990s, you'll see some wild shit. I tell you that. Women's division never existed. So
do-rag Vince as well.
Yeah, no, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I'm also very disgusted by it as well, Wolf. I think that this is pathetic that he has.
And it's not just Apollo, Bianca, Mansoor. There's also Mustafa Ali. This was the reason why we kept getting reports a few months ago of Ali wanting to leave.
Yeah,
it's clearly because of what Vince was trying to do with him.
It makes sense, and it makes sense
why
Bayley
they
wants to
also
leave
wanted.
Yeah.
There was something there was a pitch in spring of 2021 where that idiot writer Ryan Callahan pitched Shane Thorne to have a hunting gimmick and would hunt Reggie.
Yeah, keep putting him in a cage.
And
put him in a cage, but he would always escape, and it's
yeah, and I was like, thank
the fact
God
of the matter,
Shane got out of there when he did.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter that nobody else in the
I
WWE's
would never want to
office
see
is
that.
not saying
I would
anything about it.
literally, I would literally rather have Slapjack than him staying as Slapjack.
But
straight up.
imagine if shit like that actually got on TV. First off, who would actually care even if you were a racist piece of shit? Because these are all involving jobbers. Second, why? Simple question, why?
Yeah.
Well, I think it goes back to the fact that, we're at different times now, guys. There's a lot of things that have changed since I was a kid and your age compared to when you guys are your age now. So I'm 28. All right. I grew up around the everything was very easy going to an extent. There was a lot of jokes being said that was told very racially, non-racially, sexually, not sexually. A lot of things were overlooked. There was a lot of. It was a very different time. TV was a very different time. There was a lot of things that you could joke about and say. There were episodes that you could have and not really have to worry about being having an eye batted at you or questioning. Mind you, we also lived in a time when there were riots outside when Eminem was making music for his bigotry and his lyrics about homophobia and other things. So, it's a flip of the coin at that time. But nowadays, everything is very different. You see it in TV, you could kind of see it in video games, you could see it in comics now being adapted to the new culture, the new way people are living, to even, music choices are now being a lot more, evolutionized into something that's not what many others are very used to or accustomed to. So having Vince McMahon pull stories of a white man putting a black man in a cage, it makes sense to Vince because he thinks this is funny. He's still thinking that it's still 1980 and not 2023. Having him act like a angry black lady for Bianca Belair's script, or saying that a Mustafa Ali or anyone like that from European descent is a cause of the unfortunate tragedies of New York, which were of course 9/11. And to that I take a little personal offense because I had family that was a part of 9/11 and didn't make it. So that I think is also very offending to someone like myself. So
Yeah, and
that
the
I think
fact
is a
that
little
it's like,
ridiculous.
yeah, I know, and that's it too. I mean, like, I keep hearing where it was like Selena Vega's father died in those attacks. Obviously, of course, you got a lot of wrestlers and a lot of fans, mind you, that are of Muslim descent. And it's like, do you just not give a shit? That, like, it's dumb. It's just dumb.
Right. And
Yeah.
Vince doesn't care. It's whatever makes money. And he
And,
believes these type of ideas and
It
choices will
wouldn't
make
even
money.
make money. It would make him
would.
waste money.
yeah.
Yeah.
It would be a flop. The
Um,
WWE would have way more lawsuits than it does now.
Yep.
Way more.
and the thing is, I think Zelina also like had gotten like in an argument about that, like, or something like that. Zelina said something regarding that like whole like thing about 9/11 and all that. The plans involving Mansoor and 9/11.
Yeah.
I
How
think
Mansoor didn't walk out is beyond me.
He probably wanted to.
yeah, like he wanted to probably, but he also probably thought,
He didn't have a choice.
yeah,
Probably.
or maybe he thought like, oh, they wouldn't actually do that because that like might cause lawsuits or whatever, or I don't know. I think also that like suggested storyline also involved Aaliyah
It
and
involved Aaliyah and Angel Garza. They were going to have a love triangle. And Mansoor was going to have a secret. And that was going to be his secret that he would tell Aaliyah.
yeah, like
Like, what the fuck?
that is disgusting.
Yeah, baby, I love you. By the way, I caused thousands, if not millions, to fucking die. Like,
Yeah.
congrats.
Thanks,
When
man.
I was 6.
Yeah, when I was 6, like I sent somebody to go and do it. Like my fucking dad's uncle or something. I don't give a fuck. Like,
What's
why?
such-
So fucking stupid. 6-year-old
Yeah,
mastermind.
it's pretty bad.
But on a more positive note, let's talk about speaking of people who walked out. Trinity Fatu is now all
Yes.
Impact Wrestling, and
Yes, good for her.
very good for her. I keep seeing pictures and videos online of her in the ring. She doesn't look like she really missed a beat. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
She looks
Um,
very, very good.
Before I mean, the thing is, I was like, at first I was like, a little like kind of disappointed, I guess, but like just cause like oh she's not like exactly coming she's not coming back to WWE. She's not really going to like work with Jimmy or like anything. But then I realized, well, the thing is, the positive of this is that I'm sure Jimmy doesn't give a shit.
Jimmy's making bank. He could be like, honey, go wherever the fuck you want.
You go make bank too.
You go make bank too. We go make double bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another thing, another positive note is that I am hearing very good things about Impact's women's division. Like I'm hearing like they have like the best women's division and like
Yeah, one
wrestling.
of, if not the best in the world in women's divisions.
Yeah.
I mean, you have
Wow.
Tessa Blanchard, Jordan Grace. You got Mickey James. Oh no, I think she's injured right
Mickey
now.
James just left
She's
for a little
injured,
bit.
yeah, but
when she gets better, you'll have Mickey James. You got a ton of people. Deonna Purrazzo? Question mark? I think.
I don't know like many of these
A
names.
lot of people. I'm just going off people that I've heard about on Twitter. Okay, I don't watch.
Yeah, but like I'm hearing very good things, so I think this is good for her.
Yeah, no, and I could definitely see her have a run with the Impact women's title in the future.
For sure. I out of me expected Trinity to join Mercedes in NJPW, but maybe she just wanted to stick to the States and like stay close to her home, her family. So
yeah, that's probably why she didn't want to go over to Japan with Mercedes. Mercedes could also easily go to him as well.
Yeah.
So like I wouldn't be surprised if maybe well no, I think Trinity would probably be exclusive to Impact, though I could maybe see her go to New Japan if she really wanted to for a one-off. I don't know how Impact contracts work. But
I also like another thing like I could also see Mercedes and like maybe showing up in AEW
definitely for Forbidden Door. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe she like joined. She like is a part of Forbidden Door, and then later on down the line, maybe actually goes all elite. But I don't know.
If the money's right, Mercedes will do it. We all know this.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
but she's going to like cost a lot, and I think Tony understands that.
I think that's why Tony's not like all over her. Like,
Yeah,
ringing her phone
right away, like trying to grab her because like he's already like paying a lot for people like MJF.
Why don't you come over?
I mean, fucking hell, Roderick Strong just came in.
I already got CM Punk. You can ask Trinity if she wants to join us too. Fucking A.
We need as much anti-WWE people.
So like,
anti-E.
I'm happy for Trinity.
Yeah, I mean Trinity, she seems happy as hell too to be there.
Yeah, she does. I saw the videos. She looks great.
There was like an interview she did backstage where people are like, "Hey, like, how's it like being an Impact?" She was like super fucking happy, being like, "Oh, it felt weird to like not be in wrestling for the longest time, but now that I'm back, it's fucking great." And all that. So I mean, I'm happy for Trinity. Hopefully, she gets the run that she deserves. Maybe not immediately, but at least maybe like 6 months down the line, she gets a run as Impact Women's Champion. I think she deserves it. But I think she should get used to the waters there before going for that belt, definitely. But then let's talk about speaking of the world of AEW. Twitter has been on a steamroll of the past couple of days, involving one Dr. Britt Baker.
Britt Baker.
She has a T-shirt of her and the black eye from
I love it.
JAS and Outcast thing.
I love it. I think that's the funniest fucking T-shirt someone can buy. I might actually get my hands on a
Are you
T-shirt for
kidding me?
that.
You're gonna buy that
Honestly,
shit?
What's it called? My family decided that I'm popular today, and decided to everyone to pester me while I'm doing this. Very sorry. So what are we talking about?
Britt
Double.
Baker's eye T-shirt.
Oh,
Britt
the
Baker's eye T-shirt causing a lot of a shitstorm online.
okay. It's
I might buy one. Listen, I don't condone violence, but we do follow a business that's all about violence.
Facts.
So if
yeah.
you're
Out
going
of
to make a
context, it would
good,
raise a lot of eyebrows, but given
Yeah,
the fact
like
that we wrestling fans know the context,
it's
um,
the only problem I really have with that shirt is out of context. Like people are going to be like, "Hey, who the fuck is that? And why
right?
are you wearing this chick with a black eye on a shirt?" Like
yeah.
It's a rap
then,
album. Don't worry about it.
yeah, no, it's a
You
rap.
know,
It's Drake's new
like
album, y'all.
it's the JAS's new album. Don't worry about it.
It's
It's called
Fozzie's new
Knockout.
album cover. It's called "Bitch." Um, but I mean, yeah, like if you're gonna wear it to a wrestling event, like cool. Um, but I mean, if you're gonna wear it to like your local Walmart or your fucking a fancy restaurant with your girlfriend, then no, I suggest not wearing
If
that
you're
fucking shirt.
wearing a Britt Baker black eye T-shirt with your lady or your significant other to a fancy place, and someone doesn't fucking tell you to leave, then everyone's standards have just been thrown out the fucking window. And
Facts.
maybe Vinnie Mac's crazy ideas aren't as crazy as we're making them out to be. Because I mean, if people are cool with that type of shit, that's just fucking wild. You know
You'd
what I
be like,
mean?
"Oh my
Like,
god, who is
absolutely.
she?"
You know, listen, I get it. You know, we wrestling fans, yes, we know it's a joke. We know it's funny. Clearly, she knew that like that all was going to happen. And, Outcast and the JAS wearing it and promoting it and all that stuff is just to get under Adam Cole's skin for the match. Great, beautiful, excellent. This is great work. But yeah, if someone who's like, I don't know what wrestling is, I'm ready to wear it.
I already bought it already.
gotta
I wear
watch
it to
that.
a restaurant.
Dude, please let me know how that goes because I would fucking die. I'll wear it to like an Applebee's. I'll bring it'll be like me and Sam who'll know, and then I'll bring like my buddy Mike who doesn't know wrestling at all. Be like, why the hell are you wearing a chick, a girl's black eye on your fucking T-shirt, man? At Applebee's for all
Anything to make money for all elite wrestling, buddy.
Yeah,
But
man.
I mean,
No,
like, there's people that are like being like AEW supports domestic violence now, and it's like,
see, that's when
no,
things get out of hand.
yeah,
They
that's
have
where
to
it gets
realize
things
that
out
this
of
is
hand.
a
Yeah,
fun business where everybody knows there are risks to making the stunts that they do. Yes, people have broken ankles, broken their backs. For Christ's sake, Mick Foley lost an ear to a fucking rope. All right, like, please, he's lost teeth. We could go on and on. Edge has got third-degree burns or second-degree burns from doing the table spot. Okay, like everybody's taking a loss here. But yes, I understand to some who don't know the wrestling world, it looks like we're promoting domestic violence and they're okay with that, but it's not. People need to relax. People need to calm down because like that's when things get out of hand and then it just the whole humor of it inside and the whole inside joke about it makes it not
dies
so
down.
funny
Yeah,
anymore. But I think it's funny. I might like Sean buy one as well. They didn't say anything. People was just looking at the shirt. That's
like
okay.
I would wonder how that would go. You go to your
I'll do it.
local mall
Listen,
into
I'll
the
be the
food court,
experiment.
and then you
I'll be
see
the
everybody like
experiment.
stare at you, being like, "What the fuck is going
will
on
be the
here?"
experiment. Absolutely. I will 100. I'll even videotape it for everybody and post
Make
it on the
make
internet.
that like a vlog. The amount of views you'll get will be fucking insane.
Yeah, no, I might. I just might. I'm gonna look tonight and see how much it is. Put in my pro wrestling t-shirts cart, and then at the end of the month, when I get a little extra cash, I'll buy that and some other shirts that I've been wanting. But yeah, no, I great t-shirt. Think it's funny. Clearly, it's to
Yeah, I think
promote
it's
the
funny. I
feud.
don't think it's really for people to wear. I think it's just like, hey, here's what the Outcasts wore on Rampage or something.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like I don't think it's like hey, actually go and buy this fucking
Hold on,
shirt.
because now I need to know how much it is. Because
It
now
must
Sean,
be like around an average of like 25 to 40 bucks. It
Yeah.
can't be any
It's
more.
no. I think that like AEW has like all their shirts like kind of expensive, like $40-$50.
I don't know. I don't actually go on AEW shop, obviously. So,
I
but I'm
use
just
Pro
going off
Wrestling
of
Tees.
basic t-shirt prices.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the hot topic, which is the new World Heavyweight Championship, Night of Champions.
Yes.
I know we've talked about it quite a bit, but this segment will really just be, hey, gang, who do you guys think should be the first World Heavyweight Championship?
That's a hard question. That's a hard question. I mean, clearly everybody wants Seth. Okay, clearly everybody wants Seth. I know you tweeted about it, Willie.
The 2K gods blessed me by having Seth Rollins win that 2K tournament on my video earlier.
I said wrong. It's this man. It's LA Knight.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's really a wrong answer at this moment. With
No.
who we have on Raw, I think there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of these guys. I think Shinsuke is a great choice. I think, LA Knight's a great choice. I think Seth Rollins
LA
is
Knight is on SmackDown. He cannot challenge for the
Oh
win.
yeah, LA Knight can't do that.
right. I keep thinking LA Knight's on Raw. Okay,
Unless he wins Money in the Bank, then he could maybe do it.
Cash
but-
in.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. Seth, Shinsuke. Who the hell else is on Raw? Cody, Riddle is on Raw, but I wouldn't want him as a champion.
Johnny.
Gargano would be a great choice.
Yeah, but Johnny might go after Gunther first.
Or Johnny just fucking does nothing.
Balor is on.
Balor's on Raw.
McIntyre is on Raw.
Oh yeah, Drew. Drew would be a good choice.
Drew would be a good one.
The video John posted today, that was a good booking. That's what WWE should do. Yeah, John did a good Twitter video where he said that Drew should actually be the inaugural champion and Rollins wins WrestleMania 40. However, I think that's way too long.
WrestleMania 40 for that. We can just like have that as a like SummerSlam.
Yeah, like have Drew be champion for a couple months. Okay, you have him win in front of a live crowd and he's a heel. That would be great.
Yeah.
However, I think Rollins wins at SummerSlam. I don't think it should be that long. I swear to God, if you actually are serious by Omos being the first,
of course they're serious. The Omos Sapiens are always serious.
No.
$30. The shirt's $30.
Oh, that's not bad.
The shirt's only $30 through AEW shop. I might have to pick it up.
I want to see Omos as World Heavyweight Championship. I would rather see Omos versus Gunther.
I'd rather see Odyssey Jones be the first world champion.
Yeah, actually, no, I'm not going there. No.
Okay.
No.
Clearly, I don't know too much about Odyssey Jones' past.
No.
But
I'd rather have Omos than Odyssey Jones. But
me, I would go with Seth. Seth should do it.
Seth, yeah. I agree with Ryan. I'm gonna say Drew, and then Seth wins at SummerSlam. Maybe. Like
I would just go Seth.
Seth is a safe option as well.
Not even just that. I think it's his time. He's the only one that hasn't lost to the Tribal Chief. He's the only one that has actually have had the best and cleanest match with, Roman, and he's had. I don't know. I just I could ramble about it, but no, I just think Seth would be probably the best choice for Raw. The great leader in the locker room, someone that has the most veteran skills besides a Finn or anybody like that.
In my opinion, I think personally, like I wouldn't mind if it's like the finals of the match, Seth versus Drew. Then at that point, I don't care who wins. Like either of them. Fine.
Yeah, that would be sick. I wouldn't care if the finals is Seth versus Finn, and whoever wins, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
would y'all be mad if I said I hope he never wins the actual belt, and it's
Who?
Drew.
I wouldn't be mad.
And he should just get Roman's belt instead.
I don't know if
I don't know if I'd say Drew should be the one to get Roman's belt, but I mean,
no.
I mean, he was the champion
yeah,
through
Drew
the
was
pandemic.
kind of supposed to win at Clash at the Castle, and then
yeah,
happened.
but I
and the
mean,
thing is,
yeah.
See, if we had Ilya Dragunov on Raw, we could have had him join Imperium, take Gunther's title, and then Gunther could have gone for the World Heavyweight Championship. But no, I mean,
no, can't do that. We gotta have
Odyssey Jones instead.
Odyssey Jones, Indus Sher,
I mean,
fucking
if,
Zion
maybe
Quinn, Von
McDonough would
Wagner.
join Imperium instead, but
JD McDonough is a better fit for Judgment Day than Imperium.
yeah. Finn did say Judgment Day is expanding. He didn't say right after Mania, so
but he said like sometime after Mania.
sometime after Mania. So maybe McDonough.
Maybe McDonough will be that new member.
Omos is the greatest of all time. Omos isn't the greatest of all time. Get the fuck out of here.
Ouch. I mean, I think a certain 73-year-old man will be able to agree with you, Kaneka. But
yeah, like I don't know. I really don't know what I'm expecting.
I think like it remains to be seen whether they do a tournament or a triple threat or a fucking
like
battle royal even.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
The thing is regarding like, and then you have to like think on like, oh, IC title, like division. I could see like Apollo, Bronze, Johnny, yeah, Priest,
Dom even.
No one's talking about the real champion.
I don't think Dom.
Dominic Mysterio.
Not when Dominic after Gunther,
Mysterio.
Not during Gunther.
The next United States champion, Dominic Mysterio. The man that can't be let one word out of his mouth because the fans can't fucking stand him.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Fans can't stand him.
I have a take regarding this, but I mean, first I want to say, unfortunately, Dom cannot challenge for the U.S. title because that's on SmackDown.
It's on SmackDown now.
But it's okay. We can get a U.S. champ LA.
Let's get him. Let's bring him to.
Regarding my hot
let's
take,
give him the IC belt instead.
Well, not necessarily a hot take. But like Dylan is not going to like this. At least on the mic, Dominic is a better heel than MJF.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
yeah.
On the mic only. In the ring,
MJF
beats him.
Right. Dominic
in the
wasn't
ring,
talking
MJF easily
Dominic wasn't talking to Birdie the way he was talking to Birdie at Revolution. He wasn't talking like nothing. Dominic can't even speak. He's not even allowed to speak. At least the fans want MJF to speak.
I'm going
That's
to
it. That's the difference. People want to hear what MJF has to say, whether they like it or not. They don't even give a fuck what Dominic has to say.
It. I think, like, as a heel, like,
the crowd hates Dom more than MJF. MJF gets cheers. People love MJF.
Sean, get out of here. You don't know nothing.
The thing is,
because on a heel standpoint, the heels are supposed to be fucking universally hated. MJF, he splits the crowd. Some love him, some hate him. That reaction last night on Raw.
I'm going to go even beyond.
Everyone fucking hated him.
I'm going to go even beyond.
Greatest heel of all time.
Might go a little too far, but at the rate Dominic is going, he's kind of reaching Bully Ray levels of heat. And he's like, if he continues at the rate he's going, he's gonna reach Bully Ray and Randy Orton 2009 levels of heat.
Okay, we're getting a little too far with that 2009.
At this rate, he's not there yet. But like, he's going at the slope he's going.
He ain't kissing Stephanie McMahon. He ain't doing none. He ain't
Okay, well,
punching John Cena's
hey, he's too young
father.
for that,
He
but
ain't doing none of that shit.
he's
Get the
he's too
fuck
young
out.
for
He's
that.
not
He's only
taking
like
Mae Young
24.
and putting her through the
not go.
tables. He ain't doing none of that shit. He
I'm
ain't
saying
doing it.
at the slope he's going, he can
Get
reach
out of
that
here.
far,
Now
but
you're
I
getting too
don't
cocky.
expect him to
Listen,
Oh my
continue.
god.
maybe MJF. Maybe. But
I
otherwise, all that
I
other shit, I
don't
don't
think
know.
he's gonna
I don't know.
continue at that slope he's going, but he's going crazy. Holy, um,
Yeah,
I'm sure
no.
at some point he'll. Uh, oh my god, I kind of just realized something like that I think would be like totally cool, like an angle that they can do,
What?
um, involving if McDonough does go to like it does like end up working with Judgment Day. I could maybe see like they do like a slight like tension like
Damn.
uh
The
thing
chat
with
hates
McDonough
MJF.
and Dominic.
That's why they love him.
Like maybe
They love to
Dominic
hate
gets a
him.
little jealous and then like Damien kind of like tries being the middle. Damien and Finn because like Finn is gonna be like tight with McDonough and Damien could like maybe like hold back Dominic, but I don't know.
For
Omar
everyone,
Omar stole my quote.
for everyone in the chat that's hating on MJF, y'all have been acknowledging him without acknowledging him. So keep it coming.
They've been
Because
acknowledging
this
him until you
man
got
has
announced as
gotten
the Stan.
underneath your skin, is living in your head rent free. Rent free every single day. Every time you hear me, every time you see me in my scarf, you're thinking MJF. No matter what, no matter what day it is, it's great. He's living in everyone's head rent free, and I love it. So keep bringing it on. We don't need MJF. We need MJF. You're wrong on that. We need
MJF leaves AEW. The AEW is in the fucking mud. I'm sorry.
I just realized another thing just randomly. It's involving like the roster of WWE. There's like regarding the women's roster, it's not regarding Raw, it's regarding SmackDown.
No one's getting a watch along now on Saturday for these comments.
Half of the women's division is like people like that can't really beat like Bianca or like the Damage Control is like I think gonna be out of the picture.
Because they booked Bianca like a fucking beast.
Like
their own
maybe Asuka comes back and does like some monstrous heel stuff, like just
That was what she was
everybody,
supposed to do on January.
everybody, and then we get Bianca and Asuka again. I can see them running it back. Well, Charlotte, I guess, is obvious, but
I swear to God.
Another person I could see, honestly, being a potential contender to take down what's her name, Bianca. Well, two actually. One of them is in a tag team though.
Alba Fire.
Alba Fire would be a good choice against Bianca.
That'd be actually pretty sick.
All these hashtags L from Dylan. No one's getting no Backlash watch along. I tell you that.
They could get Isla Dawn also, but I don't know. I think
they need to book Isla Dawn a little better.
Yeah, I think Alba's better than Isla
because it's almost like Isla Dawn would be like the Marty Jannetty of their tag team.
And I think Mia Yim also would be a really good choice to potentially beat Bianca.
Rhea Ripley, but they're on different shows.
Well, they're on different brands, but I'm saying with what we have right now, Mia Yim honestly could, if they want to like elevate OC a lot, especially with AJ potentially fighting Roman, I could very well see Mia Yim being a women's champion.
I really hope that at least for Night of Champions, a good opponent for Roman on his 1,000th day would be AJ Styles. Even if he retains.
I mean, I think it's either going to be AJ or Bobby. Like
it has to be one of those. It has to be someone who Roman hasn't faced 1,000 times before.
Yeah,
because like otherwise this draft would be for nothing.
Yeah, there's like literally only like 4 people could like that Roman hasn't like fought before and like has a chance, which is like
AJ,
Bobby,
Bobby.
Sheamus, and like if they want to like really like since he debuted and like well not debuted, he returned and like teased it and then we just never got it.
Karrion
Oh,
Kross.
do Carrion, but
I don't see them really doing that
yeah, I
anymore.
think
It's been
Carrion
a
would
little
like.
too late for that. They should have done it way
Oh my
earlier
god, I just
in his
realized
run.
something crazy. And that's
What?
something I'm so happy about. Oh my god. Carrion and Edge are on the same brand.
Oh, that feud
Oh,
would cook.
oh,
Especially those backstage promos, Edge with the candles and Cross with the cards.
oh my god.
Ooh, that would be so fucking good.
And if like let's say the like injured people like they come back to like the brands they were previously on.
It's Brock.
Um,
Fuck that.
I mean, I hope not, but like
They can
let's say,
suck my balls.
but like Bray and Edge, Carrion and Ed, not Carrion and Edge, Carrion and Bray are on the
I've
same.
wanted to see Karrion and Bray have a feud for the longest fucking time. I've
Great.
wanted that, and Dylan wanted that in the draft too, bringing Bray and Alexa versus
Yep.
Karrion and Scarlett.
Yeah, that would
I
be
mean,
crazy.
there's a lot of feuds that could possibly happen with this draft. I just hope that they take advantage of it and don't pull like a stupid fucking wild card rule or the free agents just take advantage of their free agency and go where the fuck
Yeah,
like everywhere. But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, I say we get to the main portion of this video, which is Backlash predictions. Now, these two that are joining me have already done Backlash predictions. However,
I just want everyone to realize what's happening in the chat over here. I'm getting a hashtag trend going. Hashtag L from Dylan. I ain't gonna lie to you. This type of behavior calls for no watch along this Saturday.
that's what happens
this
when
type
you
of
reach
behavior
over
calls
100
for.
subs. That's what happens when you
That's it.
reach over 100 subs. That's the pain that comes with it. You get a fan base.
Yeah. No, listen, I love it. I love these guys. I think they're great. So,
Poor Dylan want to talk about MJF.
That's all I want to talk about. No, it's
Hey,
not all I want to talk about.
He gets 2 hours tomorrow to talk
I
about
get 2
MJF.
hours tomorrow.
He gets 2 hours tomorrow. This
More than enough.
Dynamite's gonna cook.
Dynamite is gonna cook. Oh, I need to watch. We'll do a card preview of Dynamite before we get off this, but
Yeah.
let's talk
Poor Dylan
Backlash.
want to talk about.
All right, Backlash.
Backlash. I know you guys talked
Backlash.
about it before.
Oh,
Backslash, whatever. Essentially,
this one.
Well,
it's the
now,
same thing that happened.
now thanks to the draft, some predictions have
changed.
I'm
so glad I waited until the draft was over to do Backlash predictions. Otherwise, it'd be so fucking like dumb.
I look like an idiot now.
I would too. I'd be like, oh no, I mean like Bronson's totally winning the U.S. belt, and then now it's like, nope. Speaking of, let's start with the U.S. title triple threat. Bronson Reed, Bobby Lashley, or Austin Theory. Wolf, I'll start with you.
Well, before the draft, I had Bronson Reed just because it would be a fresh face, but now Theory is going to retain and then move on to other feuds with people like LA Knight, maybe.
Yeah.
Grayson Waller, maybe.
That wouldn't be bad.
Maybe we could get a triple threat with LA Knight, Grayson Waller, and Austin Theory.
That'd be so sick.
We could also get Cameron Grimes. We could get what's their name? Maybe one of the Prophets, one of the Good Brothers. Maybe Santos. Solo, if they want to put a title on him, maybe put the idea of him getting a title.
They need Solo to get at least one title, especially with this run he's getting.
Yeah.
I will not be here because Dylan is going to talk about MJF. Well,
So
That comes with the territory of Dynamite watch-alongs. No, let's talk
Yeah,
about
really.
Roman Reigns.
That's like the show. Like, what are you talking about?
Let's talk
like
about
when-
Roman Reigns on Dynamite.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll talk about the tribal queef on Dynamite while my
so
king is
yeah,
on.
I do think Theory retains.
Okay, Dylan.
I'll go with Bobby then. I don't see Austin really still retaining. My choice, of course, was Bronson as well, but now with the draft and everything, I mean, hell, they could pull a crazy fucking, uh, you know, a crazy wild card and still give it to Bronson Reed and have Bronson be United States champion over on SmackDown, which gives I don't think SmackDown a title at all except the women's title and the Universal, which would be really wild. But
That'd be pretty dumb.
it's the WWE. You never know. You never know with the WWE. But no, I feel like Bobby. I think Bobby would be that one to win. I think this would be his way that he finally got what he has been asking for. Something. You know, I don't think that Andre Battle Royale really scratched his itch before, of course, Bray and him. That was supposed to happen at WrestleMania. So I think I definitely think that. It would be Bobby, if anything. If Austin retains, great. We get a lot of matches, like Wolf saying. You know, we can get Waller, we could get LA Knight, we could get a whole lot of others. Honestly, I think LA Knight versus Austin Theory is a really great one because the two of them on promos would be really something to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially with LA Knight kind of giving him the gimmick while he's trying to talk. I think it's just something that is going to be comedy gold right there. A GIF will definitely be made out of it. But yeah, I think I'm going to go Bobby. I don't think Austin's retaining.
The only reason I picked Theory just because I feel like they're probably going to kind of push Bobby towards that title,
Universal.
world title scene and be a potential challenger for Roman.
Yeah, me too. That's why my pick was, like all of you, was going to be Bronson Reed to become the new United States champion.
It
However,
made the most sense.
the draft fucked that up, so I'm going Austin Theory retaining.
But now remember, I mean, yeah, like the draft doesn't take into full effect until after Saturday. So this coming Monday.
But after Saturday, which means that Raw would be an exclusive title if Bronson won.
But does that exclusivity only? I thought it only affected the two main belts, the Universal and the heavyweight.
No, all the titles would be exclusive, which is why they would do a title swap with Bianca and Rhea if the Raw and SmackDown names are still there, and it would also be why we might get a split of the men's tag belts. So that's why, really.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next match: Bianca Belair versus Io Sky for the soon-to-be SmackDown Women's Championship. Who are you guys going?
I feel clear. It's a clear answer. It's Bianca, but I would rather it be Io.
Wolf?
It's Bianca.
It's Bianca. She's going to continue her reign of terror. I feel like this match shouldn't really exist.
To be fair, there is there on the last Raw, there was a little tension of Bianca planting an Io, so it could be that Io maybe afterwards Io splits from Damage Control and Damage Control stays with, or Io focuses on singles and then whereas Bailey and Dakota will be the tag team of Damage Control.
That would make sense because we had Bailey and Dakota tag
last
night and beat the women's tag team champions. It seems like everyone's unanimously going Bianca right now.
Belair. Yep.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. Let's move on to Vince McMahon's wet dream: Seth freaking Rollins versus Omos.
Well, to the Omos Sapiens, I'm sorry, but you're taking another L like I do every single week on any one of these shows. It's going to be Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see it going any other way. I don't see it going any other way, whether it's shenanigans or whether they pull a no disqualification match the day before or something. It's going to be Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah,
Um,
like there's no chance. Like Seth, this is gonna. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if Seth ends up like practically squashing Omos. Um,
I
like
mean, Brock practically squashed Omos
yeah,
like at WrestleMania, like
and you could
easily.
say, oh, but that's Brock Lesnar, and I'm like, okay, still same thing. One
That's
curb
technically
stomp.
still the same thing. Sean says
But
Seth. And
yeah,
this too, in like a kayfabe aspect, I could see Kevin Patrick be like, "This is gonna push Seth Rollins to the World Championship." Oh my god!
it's not.
No, Seth would be the world champion either way, even if he gets his fucking ass
Yeah,
whooped at
like
Backlash. I mean, there's no. I could also see Cody Rhodes fucking getting it, but then it would become the participation trophy for Monday Night Raw if Cody's the first champion. Um, Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega for the soon-to-be Raw Women's Championship.
uh,
My queen, Rhea Ripley.
Zelina, I think will have a good showing, but I will have to say Rhea Ripley.
Yeah,
Uh,
is it bad that these matches fucking suck and are super predictable?
No, it's Backlash.
it's Backlash,
Oh my
so. But the
god.
thing is, I think so. The thing is, I think Zelina will, because like Zelina has been getting the drop on Rhea and been like making her fly basically. Like Zelina, like it's not going to be a squash.
Yeah.
I don't think
It's
at all.
mommy.
There's no chance Zelina gets
It'd be
squashed.
at least 7 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, or like 10 pushing it.
That would be really pushing it. 5 at minimum, 10 at most.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But like
Mommy.
it's not like gonna be like, oh, Rhea's gonna do like one riptide, that's it. Like no, it's
It's
gonna
At
like
least one
mommy.
near fall.
one near fall. Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, no, yeah, it's got to be
Yes,
Rhea.
Zelina needs help getting over the top rope. I definitely think it's mommy.
Oh my
Like,
god, was
let's
Alina at that tag rope
let's
last
just
night?
let's
Fucking
just
killed
be
me.
clear. Let's just be clear. She needs to be yay tall to get in the ring with mommy. She don't even reach the top rope. All right, she's out. She's out. So that's it.
But I mean,
She's out.
she's
My queen
fast. She's
will last.
smaller, so like it, and with some
Smaller.
leap
She's the same size as Pocket Dom Dom that Rhea Ripley carries from when he was 2008 in the fucking custody battle. All right, she's the same height. All right, that was the blueprint. They blueprinted it
So
after
like
her.
yeah, I mean with the Lucha Libre like stuff, like I think she can like do stuff to Rhea, and Rhea's gonna be like, what?
Attack her knees.
Rhea's gonna be like, whoa, like that didn't affect me. Rhea's doing great. Keep the title on her for a while.
No,
Yeah,
no, it'll be like Rhea will be affected, but she's gonna be like surprised, and then she's like,
she'll
okay,
be surprised and then whoop Zelina's ass.
and then she'll be like, okay, now I need to try, then slam her
Yeah,
down,
being
and
like, oh, I underestimated this bitch.
yep.
Bad
Oh,
Bunny versus Damian.
Oh, I don't care still.
so
I
this is the
still
match
don't care.
that apparently is likely going to main event Backlash.
Lame.
Uh, and while I can see him like getting the crowd hyped up and then like celebrity winning, I think Damien's going to win just to like kind of elevate him a bit, and then he'll try like putting down Bad Bunny, and then LWO comes out and like beats him, like, and then what's it called? Damien will retreat with the win, but Bad Bunny will be safe.
Yeah, I
So
honestly, if it's
I
not Damien,
think
I don't care.
Damien needs this win just because he hasn't gotten like a big win in a while. He's kind of like been teetering toward the edge of being the jobber of Judgment Day before
Yeah.
like Hunter took over for sure. Like, and before, like, especially with this whole like Ray feud, Ray and
Ray and the LWO.
LWO, like, and before that it was with Dominic. So like it was
Yeah.
Damien was like really put down, even though he was like supposed to be like the monster of Judgment Day. But so like in order to put him back up, I think Damien needs this win, even if it's like a steal win or like a sneak roll up or whatever. But
Okay, yeah. My pick is not because I want him to win. It's because it's WWE and Vince McMahon. Bad Bunny. I think Bad Bunny walks out the ring. It's Puerto Rico. Bad Bunny doesn't wrestle a lot. I think Bad Bunny picks up the win. I want Damien to win, don't mind you. But Bad Bunny, I think, is walking out with the dub here. This could get me a lot of L's, but
Can I get some L's in the chat for that one? Can I get some L's in the chat for
hey,
that one?
no. I am the host of this. I am the host of this. You cannot.
We acknowledge Dylan. Thank you. The
Okay,
gods
now
and
I'm
MJF has
expecting my
finally
L's
looked
just because
upon
of the
the
legends and
poor,
celebrities.
and I am so happy.
Now I'm expecting my L's. But yeah, Bad Bunny, I mean, like, I don't understand because it's like it's WWE's booking. Like, you're gonna have Bad Bunny lose, but it would build up Damien. But I just don't see WWE doing it. I see them giving Bad Bunny the win here. But anyways, the most meaningless build in the history of Backlash: Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar.
Cody still has to win. Like if Cody does not get this win, he's literally buried.
If Cody doesn't win, he should go back to AEW or hell, go to Impact.
He's not going back.
That's how I feel about
Cody goes back to AEW. So, what do you guys want to talk about?
I want to talk about why the fuck you went over to WWE.
Fabulous.
All right, that's what I want to talk
about. The thing is,
I want to talk about why you went to WWE.
And I had a discussion, like people were saying, like when I was talking about this with like other people, people are saying like, oh, people don't know what the word buried means. I'm like, yeah, that's true, but if Cody loses at Backlash, he's literally buried.
Yeah, he started out like as
an overreaction. It is literally burying him.
Yeah, because he started out so high at the beginning of the year, winning the Royal Rumble, and then the second he's in the ring with the tribal chief.
At that second, Cody is still like beating the shit out of Brock and saying like, I'm going to come after you again. I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah, they continue the Brock and Cody thing, like after Backlash. No, I don't want to. I don't want that.
I'd rather not. I would want this to be a one and done thing. And
these are my people.
I would say Cody Rhodes with the win, by any means necessary. I thought we were going to get like an announcement of like a no holds barred kind of thing because it really seemed like we were getting something like that. I mean, the attack with the steel chair, all that shit. I thought it was already announced as a no holds barred match. I guess not. So
no, it's not. It's just a singles.
If Cody Rhodes doesn't win, though, he should go back to AEW.
Yes.
Seriously. Like,
I would say that.
Let me just say this real quick. In all honesty, and it's pretty much what you guys have literally just been talking about while the chat's been going crazy. Like, Cody Rhodes had an amazing year coming back from a terrible injury from WrestleMania, terrible injury, amazing 5-star Hell in a Cell match, probably one of the best matches of 2022. There's a couple other ones we could definitely talk about and have that debate, but in all honesty, I give it to Cody Rhodes for that match. That was an amazing 5-star match. Comes back Royal Rumble, which we all predicted, wins the Royal Rumble. Great, cool. Go through Elimination Chamber. Then we go to WrestleMania 39 and gets absolutely bent over by Vince McMahon and plowed like this Backlash that we're getting on Saturday. Okay? Now he's facing Brock Lesnar, who also is a free agent that just can't go where. He can go to GCW. He can go to AEW. Him and Goldberg can go to fucking Impact together. They can skip and paint fucking pictures by numbers all fucking weekend long.
They can go farming.
Yeah, like literally, like to me, if Cody doesn't win this right here, he should go back to AEW. Like, I get it, long-term booking, but maybe he belongs in Raw. He doesn't need to go to SmackDown. Everything like we said before. But if Cody doesn't win here, then what is the fucking story for Cody Rhodes going forward? What is the story that was actually given to him when he was asked to come to WWE? Was it, hey, we're going to make you look so great until WrestleMania 39, and then we're going to bend you over for the rest of 2023 and fuck you and bury you? Because that's what it's feeling like right now. Okay, so if Brock Lesnar wins, which again is a possibility because Vince is so far up Brock Lesnar's ass that he could see his nipples, that literally there is a possibility for fucking Brock to win here. But dude, I swear to God, if Cody doesn't win, I want Shane with his double torn quads to rip up his contract of WWE and fucking send him back to AEW. Honestly, he don't even belong in AEW. Send him in the fucking Impact with Trinity, and maybe Trinity can show him how to actually get a couple of wins under his belt. That's all I have to say for that. That's it. I'm done.
I swear if old Fartberg comes to AEW, I'll boo so bad. But I agree. I feel Cody made a mistake going back. I mean, WrestleMania 39 was the best opportunity. I know people are like, long-term booking, Cody belongs on Raw, then he'll win the Royal Rumble, and then he'll beat Roman at Mania 40. No, I'm not waiting that fucking long.
No.
WrestleMania 39 was the best opportunity. Now this story is done. It's meaningless. It's pointless.
I sadly do have something. I do have a unfortunate fear, and that is that they are probably going to give Money in the Bank to Cody and have him announce cashing in for SummerSlam.
No, LA Knight needs that. I'll be like a 5-year-old. Be like, no, no. I don't want that. WWE dropped the ball. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Cody had the best return of last year. He had the best match of last year, which I do agree with you. That Hell in a Cell match.
He has never had a bad match since his return.
Not even the match with Gable, match with LA Knight on Raw, the constant matches with Finn Balor, with the Miz of all people.
Every match was a good match with Cody Rhodes.
So fucking dumb. LA Knight, yeah. But I mean, I made a whole video on the One Shot Killers podcast being like, yeah, LA Knight needs to win Money in the Bank. But then we move on to the main event, SmackDown worthy main event, 6-man tag team match playoff. We got Solo and the Usos versus Riddle, Sammy, and KO. Wolf, I'll start with you.
Okay, Sean, I know that LA Knight deserves it, but the thing is,
Wolf was just saying who would likely win it. That wasn't Wolf's opinion.
From knowing how WWE works, they're going to probably give it to Cody.
These are my people. Your chat is my people. Your chat is my people. They may hate me at one moment and then love me the next.
Tag team match.
This is how it is.
I think this is going to. I think my prediction is going to stay the same. The baby faces will win. And after the match, or maybe even during the match, but I think they might wait after the match. Solo, Spike to Jimmy, Spike to Jay.
Yeah.
You think they pull the trigger? They don't wait us out?
I totally agree with Wolf with this one.
I think Solo.
It makes the most sense. We're seeing the bloodline crack every single week.
Yeah.
Literally, we're watching them deteriorate.
I actually think Solo might turn on Jay first.
That was what I was going to say.
There was that tension between Solo and Jay.
And it's like Jimmy's like the neutral man. Jimmy's like, we don't know what to do with that guy.
No, Jimmy, I think would like see that and be like telling Solo like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then Solo's gonna like lash out and spike Jimmy too. I'm like,
and Paul will be there like this. Oh, good execution, a good execution.
I gotta call my tribal chief.
So yeah, I think.
Y'all feel KO turns on Sammy soon? He's acting like, KO's like, Sammy, what the fuck are you doing talking to Jay, man? Like, KO's
upset about it.
Yeah,
He's
KO's
upset
starting to get
about it.
upset. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think Kevin is just yeah, I think Kevin's just gonna be like the mad one of the group. Like
He's like the one that's trying to think logically, being like, no, buddy, that's like a terrible fucking idea. And then Sammy's like the dumbass that gets himself in danger all the time.
I don't
So
know. And then like when they're fighting, KO's just like
yeah.
beating the shit out of everyone.
But I do agree. I think baby faces win, and at least Solo turns on Jay.
Yeah.
And then
And then
Jimmy,
Jimmy
yeah,
is like,
Jimmy does the whole buddy, what the hell are you doing?
and
And
then
then I think Solo walks away. I don't think Solo pulls the trigger on Jimmy yet. And then like the shows afterward leading into
I think Jimmy would
SummerSlam.
ultimately stand. Like I don't know. He might be conflicted at first, but I think
Yeah, that's what I
ultimately
was thinking.
he
Like,
would.
don't pull the trigger on Jimmy at Backlash and have Jimmy be conflicted. Yeah, Wolf can cook. Like, if my man does like a universe mode, you guys would fucking see. Oh my
uh,
god.
but yeah, no. I think maybe like I could see Solo pulling the trigger on Jimmy, or at least just like as a lash out thing, and just like
Yeah. No, I wouldn't
get
mind that.
off me kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
I
Jimmy's
think that the
like
bloodline does
conflicted, but I
crack.
think ultimately he stands with Jay.
Yeah.
Like ultimately, if he had to choose between Roman and Jay, he's gonna pick Jay.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
and then and then if we don't get Cody like winning Money in the Bank and cashing in for SummerSlam or whatever, we could maybe see SummerSlam Jay versus Roman again.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. Like all this should lead down to Jay versus Roman at SummerSlam. Now that
Yeah.
Cody's on Raw, have Roman fight
Cody's,
AJ at Night of Champions to sort of set up for it.
Cody's going for the participation belt.
Going for the participation trophy. He's gonna instead of finish the story, he's gonna create his own story. Fucking dumb.
We're gonna
But
go down the fucking side path instead of the main mission.
yeah.
Idiot.
Boys, I give up. I'm gonna go for the shiny new one.
Unless like they actually like pull the trigger, they have Jay beat Roman at SummerSlam.
Jay wouldn't hold the title long if he does that.
Yeah, and
Why
then
not?
like they do the whole like
Why
They
not?
do the whole like transitional champion where it's like,
not
hey, you can feel
transitional
good
champ.
for a
They give
couple weeks
Jay a
and
bit
then
of
Roman wins.
time, like maybe a month or two.
I'd give him to Elimination Chamber. No, that's too far.
That
No, that's
long? No.
I'd give him if he wins what? SummerSlam? What's the pay-per-views after SummerSlam? Crown Jewel,
Crown Jewel,
Survivor
Survivor
Series.
Series, Extreme Rules.
well, no, Extreme Rules doesn't exist anymore.
No?
No, I think
I'd give him to Survivor Series.
Yeah,
Give him
Survivor
a
Series would work.
pay-per-view.
Survivor Series would
Especially
work.
Saudi Arabia. Let him get his Saudi money.
Jimmy versus Jay, Saudi Arabia.
what
That'd be
do
cool.
we
A brother
have?
v brother match.
Shit.
Brother v brother, and then at the end have Jimmy open his eyes, being like, "Hey, the bloodline's not worth it, buddy."
Oh,
I've
Clash at the
realized, my
Castle.
son. I've
Clash at the
realized,
Castle
brother.
comes
I
back.
realize now, Dad. Oh my god.
After
What have
SummerSlam
I
is
done?
probably Clash at the Castle again.
Yes, yeah, Clash at the Castle.
Yeah.
That makes a better story.
True.
So,
England would be so fucking sick for especially now with Raw with the European division that they got over there now. I mean,
um,
Jesus Christ, that would be so fucking sick. But
oh,
ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the Backlash predictions. We got all of them.
We got about 10 minutes till NXT, so
Got about 10 minutes till NXT.
we got a couple good matches. We got JD McDonough versus Dragon Lee. We got Gigi Dolan versus JC Jane with Gigi's brother in attendance at ringside, in fact.
Yay!
We have
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
we have the two called up tag teams, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus
That was fucking pointless.
Katana
Dumb,
Jane.
dumb.
We also have Axiom versus Scripps. We have
Scripts.
I believe
Scripts.
Ilya Dragunov versus Dijak.
Ooh, fire. Yeah, no, I mean that's set to be a good episode. I'm not gonna keep y'all long, but that's been it for the Unscripted podcast. We've talked about a lot of topics, and I want to thank y'all for being so active throughout.
Yeah,
Um,
you guys are always great.
yeah, no, thank you, NXT time. Of course, this is the part where we do announcements. Of course, tomorrow we will continue the trend of the watch alongs. If you didn't see my tweet last night, the watch alongs will replace the reviews. So obviously tomorrow, myself and Dylan and possibly Wolf, if he can, will
Sure.
do AEW Dynamite. And I know you guys might not want to be there because of one certain MJF stand. However, come on, man, it's the best part.
The best part of the whole night.
Best fucking part.
Listen. I might even dress up for you guys tomorrow.
And it's funny because it's like all the comments on last week's Dynamite review is like, oh, it's so great because of the conversations. The conversations are MJF. Seems like Wolf has some computers in front of him. Well, I mean, we all do. We all have
Yes.
computers in front of us. We all have computers. But yeah, so Dynamite watch along tomorrow.
I just have the one, by the way, Sean. Just the laptop that I'm using.
Yeah, me too. I have the
And the
laptop that's an old piece of shit. I need to maybe reset it so that way it doesn't lag. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching the podcast. It means a lot. Thanks so much for the rise in subscribers as well. We are currently sitting on 344 subscribers. Dylan,
Woo!
congratulations at 105.
Thank
And
you.
Wolf, you've been getting very active in those videos lately, man, and I
think
appreciate
I might
you.
make my own.
Yeah, make your own channel, buddy. I mean,
Make
I
it,
think
man.
I mean, I have a channel, but maybe it's time I start making wrestling videos.
I think so. You gotta have me and Willie on.
facts.
We'll make it. We'll get those subscribers up real quick.
Get those subscribers up. Get promotions on
I
like
can
Twitter.
do videos of just telling you guys of my cooking.
Perfect.
Mode.
Yeah, the universe mode, and have people being like, "What's this dude on, man?" Definitely. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this has been it for the Unscripted podcast. This has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling. To my right, that has been Will Ferris, the Universe Mode Booking King, and below me, the number one MJF stan and Mr. L himself, Dylan. The last week of wrestling podcast. Actually,
And Dylan.
he had quite a few double W's tonight. So
I had a lot of W's, and I had two hashtags going. L from Dylan, and I also had We Acknowledge Dylan. I don't know which one I like more, to be honest with you. Both.
yeah, y'all pick some. Y'all pick some.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, Wolf is getting some thank yous. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling. We'll see you in the next video. Be good people and peace.